It's important to me that people are free to live happy and free lives and never be afraid of being jailed, hurt, or killed for something they may say or believe in. And so what follows are my beliefs: that free speech and freedom of religion are not contradictory, but complementary.
Absolutely. They're both fundamental freedoms we talk about on this show. And that film called Collision will be debuting in Canada this weekend at the Free Thinking Film Festival that our friend Fred Litwin is the impresario of, and he joins us now from Ottawa. Fred, great to see you again. I'm so glad the Free Thinking Film Festival is coming back again, bigger and better than ever.
Thank you, Ezra. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing 4 days. We've got panel discussions, speakers, book launches, and some amazing films, and we're really focusing this year on free speech.
Well, that's so important. Now, that first film, that's about the Danish cartoons and how Islam has said, well, if you respect Islam, you'll shut up about these cartoons, or at least some fascists in Islam.
Yeah, Joseph Mishigamba is a Danish human rights lawyer, and he was appalled at the reaction of the Western democracies to what happened when the cartoons were published. You know, he's a firm believer in free speech, and that goes hand in hand with the freedom of conscience, freedom of religion. You have to have both. You can't have one or the other.
Well, you've got a bunch of other films. Let's talk for about a minute for each of them. Now, one of my favorite films this year, we've shown it on the Sun News Network, is Frack Nation. Oh, I love that fellow McAleer. I love that film. Why is it important for folks in Ottawa to see Frack Nation?
Well, Frack Nation is done by my friend Philippe McAleer, and I think it's important for people to get the truth about fracking. This is a technology that's incredibly important for all countries, Western countries. I mean, this is going to provide a lot of wealth, lower energy prices for everybody, and the press is not telling people the truth.
You know, I first met Phelim at your film festival. He did an amazing film on mining and how it can lift people up in the third world and give them prosperity. You've also got Atlas Shrugged. Now, tell me about that. It was one of my favorite books in high school. What's the movie like?
Well, you know, last year we showed part 1 at our film festival. This year we followed up with part 2. So, you know, this to us is very important because it speaks to sort of the libertarian part of our mission. We do not like the nanny state. We like people to be self-reliant, and films like Atlas Shrugged really gets these points across on the importance of people taking care of themselves and having the ability to have the freedom to do what they want.
Well, that looks great. You know, the book has been talked about. It's always one of the favorites. To have it on the big screen would be fascinating to see. Now, another movie you want to talk about today is The Sheik and I. What's that about?
Well, this is actually, you know, we show a few comedies. This is about the fact that the sheik who runs the United Arab Emirates decided that he would have a film festival about free speech. And he invited a whole bunch of filmmakers to make films. And so the filmmaker here decided to go to the United Arab Emirates and make a film that would offend the sheik.
It sounds dangerous. Now, you say it's a comedy. Let me ask you, does the filmmaker wind up laughing or crying in the end, or is that giving away a spoiler?
No, obviously he's not happy. There's a fatwa against him. He's got to leave the country. And as you learn, in a country with no free speech, you cannot say there's no free speech.
Isn't that funny? You know, I think about free speech all the time, and it's one of the gifts that you have to give to your opponents if you want it for yourself. Or another way of looking at it is, who can you not criticize? That's your boss. Isn't that funny? You know what? I like the fact, I want to say this. I like the fact that the dictator of the United Arab Emirates was at least toying with the idea of free speech. I'd say that is a step further ahead than most Arab leaders, although obviously not far enough to allow any true criticism. Fred, it sounds like a great film festival. What's the website for people to find out more?
freethinkingfilmfest.ca. You've got all the information there for tickets, when to go. Tickets are available at the door. Just show up, and you can see one film, many films, whatever you want.
That sounds great, Fred. Appreciate you coming on the show.